All righty. We are live. What's going on, everybody? Hold on, let me fix my hat, man. You know my hat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all understand what that is. For real. All right. I've been getting a lot of calls, man, about last night's debate. I'm going to call it a debate. It was actually a debacle. He was being challenged on his validity as a one percenter and as a teacher or whatever you want to call it, I guess. Now, I am nobody to validate anybody on nothing. Hell, I can't even validate myself for the most part. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? We all know how that goes. But again, he asked me to be there, and I thought we were going to talk more about my understanding and what's going on with how I feel about the 1% Nation and, the whole 9 yards. But it turned into a debacle, meaning that it was really a ploy to prove Miklo a liar and to discredit his 1%er accreditations, I guess. So I want to apologize because, again, I was under the impression of we were going to have a serious conversation. Now, I don't know any of those cats that was involved in that. I don't know any of the cats from the group, that particular group. I had never heard of them until yesterday until when Miko personally invited me. I'm sorry, but I went and looked them up or looked up the channel yesterday. One thing you did hear him say was, wow, this is the most people we've ever had, ever. So I feel like I was kind of catfished. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I was kind of catfished, or it was more of a publicity stunt to get followers than an actual show of any type of meaning or accreditation or whatever. I think it was just a ruse. So no disrespect to the channel or no disrespect to the guys, that were on last night. But it is what it is. One thing we all know, especially us as black folks, is that the history was wrote to be in their favor, not our favor. History was wrote to be in their favor, never our favor. And when I say that, I mean black versus white, black versus anybody for that matter, black versus any race of people. The history is going to be wrote to be in their favor. Eventually, when they have to admit we've done something, they will, give us a little bit of credit eventually. But it's never wrote in the beginning to be in our favor. So the guy, Dave, I believe, is a historian buff. He's not an MC. He's not an MC. He doesn't. I don't even know if he rides or not. But I don't even know how he even got selected to be a part of the channel. But it kind of makes sense because if you're going to be doing a diverse dialogue on, motorcycling or whatever, then to have somebody that's not affiliated should be able to help, as far as keeping things on the up and up. So, but that's what it was. But I've gotten a lot of phone calls and a lot of people thought it was disturbing that he just kept hollering. He doesn't care about a 1%er. He doesn't care about and I don't think he didn't mean it in a physical, personal sense. It was just the sound of it. What I'm learning that a lot of y'all are so shocked with how shit sounds with the truth. A lot of y'all are so shocked when you hear the truth that it just appalls you. Like, did he really say that? Yeah. What he said was the truth. How can the truth be offensive? But a lot of y'all are so offended because you've been scared or been led to believe that if you say anything negative or anything positive or any truth against the narrative of a 1%er, that you might as well call Candyman or call the Boogeyman. Listen, fearing a man or a woman is never a good thing, ever. That is the, to me, the most unrealest shit ever is to fear another man that God created that looks like you, that walks like you, that talks like you. Now I know we have run into a few aliens. We met some niggas, some cats, give me the N-word. We met some cats that have been aliens. I got you on that. Okay. But anyway, fearing a man that will never be be an issue for me, not for me, and not for some of the people I know. Now, again, that don't mean you won't take an ass whooping from time to time. That don't mean that you may give out an ass whooping from time to time. But fearing a man will never be an issue for me. So a 1%er man or a 99%er man, the key word is they're still a man. Period. Now, so a lot of people were offended by that. A lot of people thought, now, a lot of people gave me my props for holding my weight and just standing on what I can stand on. One thing I try to do is just speak on what I know. Speak on what I've seen, what I've experienced, what I have knowledge of firsthand, either being told to me directly by a person that was there involved or whatever. And we know stories get twisted. We did a childhood game when we were a kid. The teacher would tell you exactly one thing and tell you to pass to the next person, pass to the next person, pass to the next person, and we all know how that turned out. So it just is what it is. That's the nature of the beast. But for the most part, and let me say this right now, the history of the motorcycle set is and will always be that history. But you also have to remember that history has been rewritten and will be rewrote now and long after we're gone. There will be stories about you. There will be stories about Big Sale. Some will be true. Some will be false. Some will be exaggerated. Some will be cut short. That's just the nature of the beast. But Big Sale and you, I'm talking to you, will forever be embedded into the history of motorcycling. I don't give a fuck if you rode 10 miles or you rode 10,000 miles. The purchase of your motorcycle and you being in the club or whatever will forever be embedded into the history of motorcycling. Now, how the story is told, hey, it all depends on who wrote the story, who told the story, or who's telling, the whole 9 yards. So that's irrelevant to me. That's totally irrelevant. I found out later that the other two dudes were, I guess, chosen few members. A professor and the other guy. And the other guy in the left corner was basically a good, seemed like to me, good straight up dude. To me, the professor came off a little bit too educational, too pompous, too uprighteous, or whatever. And again, he's a professor, so you expect that. Apparently he got some type of education, and, we all know how educated people feel that they smarter than us because they educated, because you paid to go to school or whatever, however you want to do it. So it is what it is. All in all, it doesn't make them good guys or bad guys to me because I don't fuck with none of them, and I don't know any of them personally, so I don't care. We got to get into the mindset of stop being worried about who people is. If you don't have to deal with them in no type of capacity, if they don't affect your bank account, or they don't affect your bottom line dollar, or they don't affect your upbringing, or they don't affect whatever it is that you need to be affected by, then what fucking difference do it make? What difference do it make? I'm getting to the point, maybe I'm getting older, man. I'm getting to the point where this shit is just, it used to irritate me, but now it doesn't, because it doesn't matter. If Miklo wants to claim 1%, and I believe he is, I stand by Miklo being a 1%. He has created and built a whole nation of 1%ers. Then who am I or anybody else to say that he's not? Unless you're going to step to him and prove to him by taking his colors or his rags or his diamond or whatever the fuck they do, and say that he's not a 1%er. Period. They also said last night that in order to be recognized or to be an official or to be established or to be accredited or whatever as a 1%er, that it has to be an MC club. I disagree with that. I believe that one man by himself can be a 1%er. I don't think you need a group of people to be a 1%er. If you really look up the definition of the 1%er lifestyle, freedom, love, liberty, not abiding by any rules, standing on your own, standing on your own, period. So that, to me, that's not a per se, quote unquote, group activity. Now, I do understand what they mean by when they say, in order to be in an MC club, it takes 5 or more or whatever. So I got that, but hey, it is what it is. But to all the people that came on last night, man, to see a debate or to get some questions answered, or we didn't get into that. Maybe I'll try to show myself, get with a couple of 1%ers to see if I can get them to come on and possibly have a show and we can ask these questions. And a lot of the questions that we have, that we want answers to. I'll see if we can come up with those to get those answered, and then do it the correct way. I don't believe you could do that kind of show in an hour. I think it would take longer than an hour to do that kind of show, because there's a lot of questions. And again, shout out to Blade 1%er. Shout out to my man Miklo. I love you, brother. Thank you for everything you've done for me and my organization. Thank you for everything you've done for me as a man and as a friend and as a person. So shout out to the whole Los Pedos MC. It is what it is, man. We connected like that. We solid. So it is what it is. And even if Miklo was wrong, I would have told you he was wrong. But this going back and forth about him not being in the picture, him not knowing this person, and him this when he's in the pictures. Like I said, unless you can prove the pictures of Photoshop, then who cares? I know a lot of people that I've met. And if I told you I met him, you would, no, you didn't. I can tell you about some of the places that I've been into. I've been in clubhouses. Where only members are supposed to be, and I've been back there. That's facts. But I might, I'll say I did, and you have somebody say, no, he wasn't, and I was there, so it don't matter. But anyway, say, man, let's walk in love, love and love, be in love, learn to love, watch love, see love, hear love, speak love, taste love. Let's just love, man. Hey, man, to all my motorcycle people out there, man, everybody out there riding, be safe. Don't forget the Tampa Jamboree is coming up. Tickets are selling fast. Make sure you go to the website, www.unitedbikersbikers.com. Grab your tickets, vendor info, RV info. RV slots are damn near going, too. So if you're looking to get an RV slot, you better jump on them now. We still have plenty of vendors. We want as many vendors as we can get. We're not tripling up on the same kind of vendors, but we still are trying to get a bunch of different vendors. I had an interesting question asked to me yesterday, too. What is the goal of the Tampa Jamboree? What is my vision for the Tampa Jamboree? And my vision for the Tampa Jamboree is to be a motorcycle festival, a motorcycle event once a year that is celebrated and respected by us motorcyclists, and to become one of the biggest and baddest events of all times. So, yeah, I'm trying to get down like they do in Sturgis. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my goal. That's what we work towards every day. Me and my man Top. Shout out to my man Top. I love you, brother. Thank you for being my friend, for being my business partner. Also, we got a surprise for you guys. We're adding a very special guest. I'm just waiting on the finalities to get done. And we're going to be adding a very, very special guest. I'm saying she's special, or they're special. Because of it's just a pleasure to work with this person. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we can announce that within the next day or two. But yeah, go grab your tickets. I love you. Walk, love, live, eat, be, exist, pray, give it to God, and give it all in love. It's your boy Big FHOHNIC. HNIC. What up, Flacco? A-Train, what it do? Charles Williams, what it do? Big Charles Chipper, what it do?